Year 7. We're continuing, or we've just started a new topic called algebra, of course. I talked to you about where the word algebra comes from. It's an Arabic word, and it helps us to represent mathematical rules or formulas. So we use it to represent rules. For example, we know when we have two numbers multiplied by each other, it doesn't matter what order we put them in. But we can use algebra, A times B and B times A to represent that. So in this case, A and B represent variables. They're pronumerals. They're numerals, but we call them pronumerals because they're actually the letter rather than a number. Variables, they can change if you know what the actual letter represents. Now, I've often said to you, mathematicians love to shorten things, to be lazy, to get there as quick as possible. And so for algebra, we can do the following things. If you have 3 times k, you can simplify it to 3k. Take the times sign out. Everyone around the world knows you mean 3 times k. If you have m divided by 4, as I've been saying to you all year, you can write that as a fraction, m over 4. If you have r times r, we know that's r squared. If you have one lot of x, okay, just 1 times x, it's the same as x. Let's get rid of the 1. We don't need it there. If you have c times a times 6, well, again, you can get rid of the times, but one little key I want you to notice, the 6, the number goes first. The other thing is, have a think about it. If I had 5 times 4, I can't just take the times out because we know 54 is not the same as 5 times 4, which is 20. So be careful with that. But mathematicians, they love to abbreviate, they love using algebra. On this page you can see I've got a lot of examples. They're really quick and easy for me to work through. Let me show you very quickly and make sure you're copying these down so you've got it, what happens. So we know with d times 8, we can actually simplify that to 8d. Take out the times, turn it round. If I've got m plus m plus m plus m plus m, well, we know that's the same as 5 m's, so we can simplify that down to 5m. I'm going to run into problems with my screen in a minute, aren't I? Let me just turn that way a bit. Okay, if I have k divided by 2, what I just said is you can write that as k over 2. If I have u times 9 times w, well, I can take the times out, but I put the number at the front. So it becomes 9uw. If I have 6x, plus 2x. Ignore the letters for a moment. If I just had 6 lots of something plus 2 lots of something, I would have 8 lots of something. So we can write it as 8x. I'm going to run out of room with this one. Okay. Oops, I just realised. Oh, can you grab me the duster, please? All the way over there. Yeah, that one. Throw. Thank you. Okay, for this one here, I'll just write it up here. I've got 3, and do your numbers first. Remember, it doesn't matter what order we do multiplication in, but 3 times 2 gives me 6, and then I've got P and I've got H. I like to write in alphabetical order, H, P. All right, I know it's a computer brand, but that's what we do. For this one, we've got Z times Z times Z. If I had 3 times 3 times 3, it would be 3 cubed. So, in the same way, Z cubed. 3n, 3 lots of something, minus 2 lots of something, leaves me with 1 lot of something. But from what I just said, I've got 1 lot, I've just got the thing. I've got n, all right? Y times 4. Well, again, I can write the number at the front, the 4, and then I've got y times y. Well, I saw over here, z times z, z times z is z cubed. Y times y is just y squared. Oh, year 7, I love this. Look, I've just been able to shorten all these things down so much. This one, a little bit trickier. Let me write it over underneath it. If I've got 2 times r plus 4, I cannot just add the 4 in. I have to leave them separate. But I can get rid of the times. So it becomes 2r plus 4. All right, next one. 15 minus d divided by 3. Again, I've got a minus in here. I can't just mix them together. It's like mixing apples and oranges. I have to leave it as 15 minus d over 3. That's what I can simplify it to. But this one over here looks complicated. I know, hopefully, though, that n times n is n squared. So I can actually rewrite this as 7 over n squared plus 1. All right, pretty straightforward. What about this one? Expanded form. We're going to go the other way for a moment. 3ab, what's actually happened is they've taken the time signs out. So I can write that as 3 times a times b. This one, n, negative 8st squared. Well, I can write that as negative 8 times, and you might like to put the negative 8 in brackets, it may help you see it, times s times t, but it's t squared, so it's actually times t again. Last one, and yes, I know I've worked very fast through these. I've got x squared minus y over 10. Well, that's going to be the same as x times x minus y divided by 10. Notice how it's so much shorter like this. I like short. Mathematicians love short. So year 7, make the most of it. Learn how to do these abbreviations so that we can get in and do a lot of practice and actually get much further, much more quickly in our maths. Let's do it.
When you do x times x, it looks like x.